Okay. Interesting. And I don't see these people around me. I don't see Flynn. I don't see Eric.
Yeah,
I don't
you
see
don't.
Eric.
Nope. Nothing.
I mark it, like take a tree branch and I sort of break it that I know that's going to be there.
Okay.
I,
Yeah, your character knows. Does your character know Glurcy? It
no, I
doesn't
don't.
look like it. So that would be like trail language that you could mark it.
Yeah.
But you can just break. You can break something and do your rough mark.
Mm.
What would you like to do now?
Do I? Okay, let me do a listening check and see if I hear anything around me. Because I can't see them, but I might be able to listen to. See the skies hiding. Is it hearing or is it listening?
Listening.
No. Okay. 57.
So yeah, you give a you stop and you listen. You can hear you hear the crackle of the bonfire coming from the opening of the clearing, but you're not hearing anyone. The breathing of someone nearby hiding in a tree or anything like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go in.
You're not hearing any large sounds nearby, like the sounds of battle or. Elka might be loud enough that you can hear her gang kind of clomping through the woods.
Yeah, but I don't want to show myself, so I'm gonna go in on my hands and knees, and I'm gonna go in.
Into the tunnel.
Yeah.
All right, so you crawl into the tunnel. Finn, Elka, and the peasants.
I'm gonna get.
It almost sounds like a band name.
I'm gonna get closer and try to look at these two buildings right here.
Okay. They look like partially ruined buildings that are starting to be overgrown with foliage.
But overall, an empty area.
Yeah, you're not seeing anyone around.
All right, I'm gonna check and observe the closest one. Move closer to.
Okay. Yeah, you get it. You can even get into the ruins, and they appear empty.
Is there an entrance to them or?
At this point, there's a number of entrances as some of the walls have collapsed, and you can see where there might have been a doorway, but there's enough ruin and that you can just kind of clamber into them. You don't need an entrance.
All right, what's in this one? I'm gonna just kind of clobber through the rummaged stuff. Just rummage through over here.
So what's your intention?
To look for things, see if there's anything unusual in the ruins.
All right, roll a scrutiny check. And are you going to do the same thing for the other building as well?
Oh yes.
All right, so you can just roll one. I'll roll it over for both of the buildings. So you scour through the both of them. You search through the old buildings, and they appear to be just that. You don't find anything left over or hidden entranceways that are obscured by rubble. They just appear to be old buildings that have seen the passage of time. You usually see there's the stones are somewhat scarred by what looks like a large fire, but aside from that, nothing.
All right.
So that'll take a decent amount of time. And Finn, you observe Elka kind of searching through these buildings with the kind of nervous peasants. They're getting a little antsy. You can hear them talking. They're like, "This, there's only 5 of us. I don't know if we can do this. I'm a little worried. What if the bandits have snuck around and are fighting in the village? Oh, I'm sure we'd hear that if that was going on. Oh, but I don't know." That's kind of the back and forth that they're having. Horrible. So there's been a chunk of time that Elka has taken to search. We'll say another 5-10 minutes have passed as night and time just ticks by. Orbital, how tall are you?
I'm average height. Let me see how tall I am. I'm on my hands and knees because I know this is 6 feet high.
Oh, you're 6 feet high, so yeah, it is about 4.5 feet. So you are stooped over pretty heavily, and it treks on for about um it treks on for about 70, 80, 100 feet, and then it seems to shrink even more. And do you have a torch or any sort of light? At this point, you're completely bathed in darkness.
I'm in darkness. I'm
Okay.
just
So
going
you're
by
you're
my
you're
hands
moving
and feet.
slowly. Yep.
Yeah.
Hands and feet, and you can feel it shrink down into a tunnel that seems to be only about 2.5 feet wide. And you feel it turning, and then you reach what feels like an end to it. There's you notice there's kind of a change in the floor that you feel first, where it goes from dirt until you feel right in front of you uh, what feels like stone,
Still
and
dark in
you
here,
you
though.
touch the floor. It seems like stone on the ground, on the wall, and on the ceiling. That you've reached some sort of lip.
Okay. I check to see if it moves in any way slowly on the top. Or am I still? Or when I try to reach up, it's open up. It hasn't opened up yet.
It looks like you reach just ahead, and it looks like it opens up, and you're with your low light vision. There seems to be a little bit of light coming from a source above.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like you might have it might be a four-way intersection with one direction being vertical,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be a T. But with just your reach, you don't know if it's across the void, if there's another hole.
I go for the light.
Right. So you peer and peek your head in, and you appear to have entered some sort of cylindrical tunnel that goes up and what you assume is down at this point. And you can see light above you, and there's it's about 8 feet up. Looking up, you see what looks like a lip, and then it looks like the tunnel that you're looking at, the cylindrical tunnel opens up in front at the top there. And then you see there's a gap of maybe 5 feet, and you see what looks like a ceiling of some kind, and the light flickers and bounces off the top of that ceiling. It looks like you're in the some sort of some sort of spherical tunnel that leads up into another room. Looking down,
It's like a well.
it does look like that. You look down, and it looks like it goes down about another 22 feet, and you can see a dark surface that kind of ripples just a little bit as maybe a pebble or two falls down, and it looks like water below you.
So I'm on the edge of, and it drops down 20 feet,
Yep.
and it goes up 20 feet. Do I see
It
a
goes
silhouette?
up here. Here is a rough image of it.
Yeah, I'm here, and it goes down 20 feet, and it goes up 20 feet. So
It goes
8
up
feet.
8 feet. So yeah, there's 8 feet up to what looks like the lip of the well, and 20 feet down
To the water.
into the bottom. There does look like there's one of those.
Like a lid, yeah, lid on the top of
Yeah,
the well, yeah.
or no,
So
not a
it's
lid.
water.
What are those things that you crank, and there's like a bucket and a rope and that whole
Yeah,
contraption. I don't know if that has a name, but
bucket for the well, yeah, it's what it is.
the
Yeah.
bucket for the well. Yep.
Okay. I don't have a place to. This probably are smooth walls. I don't have a place to. I'm gonna crawl back.
Okay.
And see if it'll take them about a half an hour back as well. So I guess I'm gonna crawl back and I guess go back to the village and see if I can tell that I found a way inside, because I don't know where
All right. So you're
anywhere else.
gonna crawl back, and then you're
Yeah, I
gonna
don't know.
make your way back to the village. So I mean, that'll take a significant amount of time crawling there and crawling back. So Elka and Finn, what are you two doing? You guys, you've searched these two buildings, found nothing.
I'm going to turn to Finn and say, I don't know if we have enough people to ambush them, like, depending on how many people are in this building up ahead.
I know there were multiple people in the tower. I saw some movement in there. I couldn't get eyes on where the children may be, but I'm guessing they're probably up in that tower as well. We can try to get them out, or we can go. Where'd Orbel and Eric go, and Karamikos?
They seem to have stayed behind. Should we go search for them?
I don't think that we can take this on with just us and the villagers, and they seem to be quite antsy and a bit nervous themselves. So maybe we head back. You didn't see anyone on your way here. I heard that horn, but I haven't seen anybody rushing anywhere yet.
Now I'm a bit worried about what's going on in the village. So
Cutscene to Eric.
All right, cutscene. Eric, there's
I'm
been
gonna.
your party has descended to gone off in each different direction into the woods,
Yep.
and you're by yourself with the rest of the nervous and worried villagers.
So I'm just
It's
patrolling on the outskirts, and I'd like to do a listening check.
yeah. It's quiet. It's maybe you're a little bit concerned because you haven't seen anything out there, but there doesn't appear to be anyone approaching or approaching this village. And you do a few rounds and you're doing your paces, and then you do see two different. You hear them and you see a light approaching, and what do you do?
Where's the light approaching from?
Yeah, it appears that they're approaching from the keep. There appears to be 5 to 6 of them.
Okay. I'm going to. Well, I have my bow at the ready, and I'm just going to probably move further into the forest,
All right, so you
like to the west.
prepare. You've got your bow ready, and they move into the village, and you can make out Finn, Elka, and the peasants approaching.
Oh. Okay. Well, nothing's going on here. I shout out.
Yeah, after a little bit of time, all of you are back at the village. So Eric, Elka, Finn, and Orbel.
what
Nothing's
did you
going
guys
on.
find?
Yeah.
You can see
Yes.
Orbel's covered in dirt at the elbows and the knees, and he's currently devouring a delicious morsel of food as well. Must have gotten hungry along the way.
Yeah,
At
I go to
the-
Flynn and directly in to go. How scared are you of tight spaces?
As long as I can squish my belly in, I'm good with it.
Because I found a way in.
Into
And
the
I'm busting
tower?
myself. Yeah. Into the keep, not the tower.
Oh, yeah.
I wish it were the tower, but no, it's a well. But you're gonna need some rope. I have some rope.
Okay, I'm fine with trying whatever.
I have like an old.
Well,
Do we
Werlin
want-
had the rope.
No, but I bought rope.
Oh, you did.
Do we all want to go this way, or do we want to
I don't
send half of us that way? And
The thing I'm thinking is
How
you can
tight
get-
is the squeeze?
I had to get them down to my and I'm 6 foot, so I'm like talking to you, like, yeah. I have to get to my hands and knees. So at most, 2.5 when you get down to it. 3 if you really want to squeeze it. But it shouldn't
I
be a
could
problem for
definitely
you.
fit in there. The rest of you would probably need to crawl.
The question is, do we want to go in, or do we want to have you open the main gate a little bit so the rest of us can go in?
Who was at the keep?
Go inside.
We saw 2 people in the tower.
They have it pretty well lit as well, so it's going to be difficult to sneak around. They have a giant bonfire and some torches around. But there are people in the keep. I didn't see anybody on the grounds themselves.
There were 2 that left the village,
That should be 4.
or it could just be those 2.
I doubt it. After all, if they were only those 2, they would have left to keep it empty. The kids could have escaped.
Did anybody see any kids?
No.
Didn't
how
see
are we
any,
sure?
but they may be in that tower.
Maybe they're lying.
I
Oh.
considered that they were just lying and there's actually no kids there.
Well, the villagers lost their children, so where are they?
If you don't mind us, they have taken some of the kids of the village. They rotate through which ones they keep.
Why did they take them?
At some point?
To force them to work for them. Duh.
Sure.
It's called hostages. Jeez.
They're hostages.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Wait, you said
nobody listens to the hobgoblin.
you said that they rotate the children. So are there children in the village now who've been taken?
Yeah. They were gonna do a swap sometime soon. It seems like it's about every month, but well,
No.
jail. He escaped. That little boy, and they burned down his house. They killed him for escaping.
Oh.
Well, they mean business. Are there any children who may be able to give us a bit more information on where they were kept, or do they keep them blindfolded or something when they go? Is there anybody we might be able to talk to?
One of them will. One of the guys perks up. Uh, um, uh, my my son was held there 2 months ago. He said they were kept in the cellar in the basement. He said something about a small room.
How many
In the
bandits are there?
Oh,
These people don't know how to count.
I think around there would be 13 of 13, but you looks like you killed 3 of them. Which one of you all got Horace, by the way?
The dead guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he was a no good son of a bitch, and we're glad to see him go.
That makes 2 of us.
But
yeah, Whirling was
probably 9 or so of them up there, I'd guess. 9 or 10.
Now with the 2 that left, or 3.
So if we're going to go face a dozen bandits, shouldn't we find Karamikos? The smelly blind guy?
Well, he ran away. Probably pissed himself again.
But where are they?
Showing him his quietness today, but I suppose
I did see him loot Werlin's body.
But if the guys aren't at the keep and they're not in the village, where are they?
Who said they weren't at the keep?
You guys said you only saw 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's got to be more in there.
Standing watch. The rest are sleeping. That's why you're in the keep. Does anybody know how things like basic defenses work around here? Ugh.
We need to shoot the 2 men guarding the keep first.
Well, if we miss or we don't kill them, they're gonna
True.
raise the alarm again. So we'll need somebody in the tunnel.
We need to try to find that cellar where they kept the kids
Yep.
and be cautious because if they're keeping them, obviously they don't mind killing kids because they burnt the one tried to escape and they burned his house down with him in it.
You guys, the kid did escape, and that's actually who told you there were bandits in this
Yeah.
town. So you actually have
Oh, I
Joel
thought you
to
said that he
talk
killed
to.
them.
They killed the family
Okay.
of Joel and burned down his house and
For
killed the
escaping.
family.
For escaping.
Gotcha.
For their son escaping. That's the grubby little boy that had you know, stumbled upon you all and told you of the situation here.
Why don't we
Maybe
talk to him before we go in there and see if we can get a better idea on where we need to go and if he knows where they sleep, where they stay, where they hang out, and maybe go from there.
Also, did he use the? I guess he might have used the tunnel.
Is that kid one of them that's with us right now, or is he in the village?
He you had held him back at your camp, but he probably had ended up following you, and in the time since you have kind of fought for the bandits in this village, he's probably been found, and he was probably being taken care of by one of the families in town. So you could certainly talk to him if you'd like.
Yeah, let's go talk to the kid, get as much information as we can, and then find Karamikos and see if we can't get into the keep through the well and get you guys in there.
No, he seems to have scampered pretty fast somewhere. So I'll see if I can track him.
Yeah, you can you can find this Joel, and he um, what you had some questions for me?
Yeah. Okay. Did you take the tunnel down the well?
He nods. Yeah. That's how I got out. I I
Interesting.
jumped into the well thinking I could get away, and I found that tunnel.
But you landed in the water, so it's deep enough not to kill you. Good.
Uh, well, yeah. I guess I got lucky. I I managed to get down there. I've always been a good climber.
Okay.
So were you when you were in there, how many guards were around you guys? And how many kids are in there right now?
Uh, I haven't seen him take any more, but there's 4.
Okay, so there's 4 kids in there
or
and
5.
5. Okay. And you're kept where is the cellar that you're kept at?
We're kept. It was the back. An old. It seemed like what my dad had told me about an old uh an old dungeon. It would have been cool if it weren't us being held there. Uh, it's it's there's several rooms down there. There's the dungeon and uh, a room where they've got all their beds, and then they keep a bunch of boxes with the well. They used to feed us in there.
So how far is that dungeon from the well that you escaped from?
Not very far. Just a little bit.
Do you think you could draw me a little map?
Why don't we just have him take us there?
Oh,
I just don't want to be. I don't want to have another kid that we got to try to keep track of.
besides, I know how to get in. And try to protect the kid while this is happening is a waste of time.
If you could give
Yeah.
us an outline of the inside of the keep, that would be awesome.
So this is what he draws for you. This picture right here. This is the keep. And this circle right here. This is the well, and this is the stairs that they took us down to get down there, and then the dungeons over here. It's where they keep the kids.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you for that.
so
Really helpful.
we all go through the well.
Maybe. I'm not really sure. It is pretty tight. I'm saying
We just
should
need
Just the
like
tunnel
a.
leading up to the well is tight. Once you get to the well, you should be fine, right?
Yeah, but we have to climb up. And if we fail, we're going to drop into the water.
But once somebody gets up there, we can lower the bucket down, use
That'll
that
help.
rope and that contraption. It's pretty, we could use
Does
that.
anyone have a grappling hook?
No, but we can tie it to the bucket. But that means you have to go first, Flynn. Oh, Finn. Sorry.
I don't have a grappling hook, but about how high up was it?
8 feet.
8
give or
feet.
Take. Give or take.
And you saw a bucket and everything?
No, it was covered.
Oh,
Oh, there wasn't a lid. You saw the bucket there. It wasn't a covered
Oh.
well.
okay.
So there was a lid, sorry. It was pretty dark.
I mean, you guys can try to hoist me up there. I'm a little heavy, but
You're also tiny. So
I'm real lightweight. We could try to lift me, but I don't know if I'm like the most dexterous person.
very well.
would there be enough space from that tunnel leading into the well to be able to balance and hoist somebody up to that and out of the well?
It's going to be hard to hoist someone with the size of the tunnel that you're moving through. You're only going to be able to really get one person out of the tunnel. You're not going to be able to boost someone up very well. It's probably going to rely on someone climbing themselves up that 8-foot gap.
What's everyone's climbing skills?
Not good.
All right. I'm below average, but not horrible.
I'm 9.
13.
13.
I'm 13 too.
Do we need to find Karamikos? Maybe he'll have another idea and trying to help. I mean, he's not very helpful most of the time, but maybe.
Well, I think he ran all the way back to the nearest city, so.
Yeah, no one has seen Karamikos for like 45 minutes, maybe an hour at this point.
I feel like it'd just be a huge waste of time going to find him.
Eric, what do you think? It's your brother.
Yeah, he'll come back when he's ready. So I think we're on our own.
All right. Let's go. Let's go to the well. I mean, we could ask like some of the villagers if they have a grappling hook.
Just a hook.
Yeah.
Or we could just go into the keep and take out those 2 guys.
Right. We could do that.
Are we sure it's only 2 guys?
How are we going to do that?
But we can't get into the keep. That was the problem.
Yeah.
It's locked down.
But you said you saw You saw 2, so if we take out those 2, then they won't see us going into the keep.
If we miss the shot or they are wounded, like it happened with the guy I hit, they're gonna raise the alarm.
Mm-hmm. So why don't we split up then? Then some go into the well, and then some draw their attention into the keep. So
Okay, then that means that you two ladies will have to go into the well because you don't have ranged weapons. You stay with me, Eric.
well, we can split it up even more than that. Like, it can just be 1 and 1.
We're 2 people. We need 2 bowmen. We have to take them down simultaneously, otherwise it's not gonna work.
You can convince
There's
the
no need for
peasants.
just. We need more than one person in that well if we're going to try to get somebody up there.
That's what I said. You
Maybe
ladies, you
maybe
go
we don't
into the
necessarily
well.
want it to work.
What?
What are you
You
playing
can
at,
draw them
Eric?
out.
They're not gonna
You can
get
draw them out, and
outside.
they can.
They're not gonna go outside. They don't have to. If they didn't launch an attack on the village when it was undefended, they're not gonna come out. They have hostages.
Look, all I'm saying, I walked up, Werlin's dead, and that was 5 of you. And then we're supposed to bring out the 12 more that there are, however many there are. And you think that we're going to be able to just take care of them, Eric? And your brother being off wherever, there's 4 of us. We all know I'm crap at fighting. Come on. Be smart.
That's a first.
I don't think they're all in the keep.
And where are they? Underneath in the dungeon, out there in the woods when they haven't ambushed us, which they could have. Took a vacation from the village they conquered quietly without anybody interfering with them until now,
Sleeping inside the keep.
where they're
Mm-hmm.
safe.
The kid said that there were beds down by the children. I'm pretty sure that's probably where they are,
Yeah.
except for the 2 that are on lookout. Now,
Yeah.
we're wasting a lot of time in the cover of darkness by sitting here arguing about this. So make a decision. Let's do it.
Like I said, you ladies go into the well, we stay outside, and we try to take out the guards. If it doesn't work and it attracts some attention, at least you'll have some bonus. Well, we'll have their attention if we don't actually kill them.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to go ask for a grappling hook, if anyone has something like that in this town.
Exactly.
All right, so you're going to ask the few folks who are around you if they've got anything available, and let me see. Not only does someone have it available, but one of these 4 that have actually been helping you happens to own a grappling hook. Yeah, I got one here. Do you need it?
Yes,
we'll
we will need it
borrow
to
it,
go
yeah.
with the well. Are any of you skilled with bows at all? Enough to.
One of them.
Okay, we'll send that guy with them,
Okay.
and then me and Finn and the other guys with the grappling hook will go to the well.
Okay. All right. So there's going to be here if we've got these chumps, these different bartending chumps. So 3 of them are going to follow Elka and Finn into the well, and then the other 3, Eric, Orble, and the other fellow with a bow is going to just sit out and snipe at the folks on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
All right. So what is the timing of what you guys are doing? Yeah.
I can give him an estimate of how long it took me to get into position. That will allow us to get some idea of when we start shooting.
Right. The tunnel was probably about 200 feet, you think, of movement. So let's see, probably about if you're moving at your pace, maybe a minute or two if you're moving it as fast as you can through those tunnels.
Give it 5 minutes, and then we
Okay.
start opening fire.
Okay. So you tell them 5 minutes, and we'll start opening fire. Finn and Elka, you guys can you start crawling down this tunnel. If which one is in front, or who's in front, Finn or Elka?
I'll go front.
Okay. So time has ticked by. It could be, it's somewhere. It's been less than 5 minutes, but you're on your way. You're moving forward, and you're into this tunnel. And sure enough, it opens up into this well. You're about right here in the tunnel. So Finn, you're right at the entrance here. You're looking up, and you see, that same. You're 8 feet up. There's the lip of the well. Down is the water. You're standing in this little tunnel on the side of the wall. What would you like to do?
Am I able to actually stand up in this tunnel? I'm probably okay to walk through it, aren't I?
It's about 2.5 feet tall.
Oh, okay, so I'm ducking a little bit.
You're ducking a little bit, but Elka and probably the other people are most likely actually crawling on their hands and knees.
I'm 5'3", so yeah.
What would you like to do?
I would like to.
Oh, yeah, right. Elka, you're in the front, not Finn.
So I look up and I see this bucket and I see a lidless well.
Yep.
Okay.
Before you toss that up there, can we see if we hear anything?
Yeah, do a listen.
Any movement near the well or anything coming out?
Yeah, roll a listening check. All right. So you all are you're sitting there waiting, and you listen for a second. You stop, and you've got the grappling hooks ready. You can hear the water just rippling a little bit, and you hear hiccup, hiccup, hiccup.
Does it sound like one voice?
Damn it, hiccup. Yeah, it sounds like one voice. He's got bad hiccups.
He's drunk or not breathing correctly. All right. We're gonna assemble my rope with the hook, and I feel like I don't know who's sneakier of the two of them.
I'm pretty sneaky, but I'm not good at climbing, so.
Yeah. Okay. Whoever can climb better is basically. And then. All right. So I'm gonna throw this hook up there, and just take a second to see what happens.
All right. So you're gonna try to roll, or you're gonna try to throw this rope up to the top of the well. I'm gonna say using a grappling hook is gonna be, it's gonna be representative of your climbing skills. It's when you're climbing, that's when you're gonna learn how to use rope like this. I'm gonna say it's only 8 feet that you're trying to throw up, and you're trying to grapple on the top of this well, correct? Or are you trying to grapple onto the wood frame above it?
I'm trying to grapple onto this well, not the wood frame, and I would like Finn or one of the men to stay right at that corner there and watch the side of the well in case I fall.
Yep. So here's that frame around the top of it. So I would say usually this would be an easy check to just toss this up. However, you're having to do it laying down prone. So it makes it just a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to say it's an average climbing check. So if you're within 40 of your climbing skill, then you've thrown this rope up and correctly grappled it.
Oh gosh.
All right, no, that's within 40. So you toss it up, the 8 feet, and it attaches click to the top of the well. And let me roll to see if he notices. Let's see. He is. You did guess he was a little bit impaired. And so he does have some modifications to his observation, but let's see what his observation is. Here's his roll. He is drunk, and so he's sitting there. He's watching, and you throw up this grappling hook, and you're still listening. You still got those 2 listening checks, and you hear yep. Oh, that doesn't boss. That's what you hear.
This is why we should have brought an archer.
What would you 2 like to do?
Trying to think if I can throw
How's
something.
it going, Elka?
What
do we need?
Let's
I've
climb
got
past.
my sling. I've got my sling. I could try, but I'm notorious for hitting people near me with it.
Oof. I say throw the sling.
Are we just trying to make a distraction? See if we can get it out and make a noise somewhere outside of the well?
Yeah, something like that if he's drunk enough. Because we got to get all of us out of this well somehow.
While we were doing this, though, I know that
We were gonna try to
the other
shoot.
2 were
Yeah.
there to try to make a distraction, right?
Yep, so that's what I was
Try
about to
shoot
go
him.
to. So
Cool.
you guys have heard him yell, "Boss!" And there's you guys are turned to each other and you're trying to talk about what to do next. Meanwhile, outside, Eric, Orble, and another fella are you're kind of outside in the darkness. How are you preparing for this? Are you sneaking up to the edge of the clearing? Are you just gonna like run up and fire? What are you guys doing?
I'm trying to sneak in. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna get cover in the tree line and see if I can. If nothing else, I want to have cover with the trees so I can pull.
Right.
Shoot
So you
from the
guys
tree.
you've got arrows out and you're creeping forward. Can I get opposed? I'm going to say hiding checks as you're trying to move from tree to tree as you're going forward. It's from the 2 of you, and then here's the peasant's roll.
Nice.
He got a 93. Whew. So he's doing pretty good. It's opposed. So you're going to add those 2 together. There's a button at the top of the skill check that allows you to do that. So you got a 34. Eric got a 61, and this peasant got a 93. He's he's a level 12 ranger.
I got a 6. Sorry, yeah, I got a 16 out of 36.
So he did pretty well. Here are the 2 bandits. So the first one in the tower got a 96, and the second one got a 71. So the both of them are going to end up spotting Eric and Orble. So what happens is you guys are moving through. You're trying to get closer and closer, and you don't quite realize that it's not quite giving you enough cover from up above. And so as you're moving forward, they spot you. So what I'm going to need everyone to do from from the two of you and this peasant is roll a 1d4 plus 1 for initiative. Griffin, since Werlin has passed away, if you don't mind rolling initiative for this peasant.
Sure. What should I roll for him? D.
A 1d4, and then you're going to add 4.
Bam, he's got an 8.
What's this peasant's name?
Let's call him Jim Bob.
All right.
So what's the initiative we should be rolling? 1d4?
A 1d4, and then make sure to select your token for this before you hit initiative. Perfect.
Okay, but I got I want to see back the numbers. I got a 16. Eric got 61, and the peasant got 93.
Yep.
So they have to roll under or over.
So when you're dealing with oppose checks, you roll the D100 and you add your skill. So in your case, you've got a 34, and Eric got a 61, and so you beat anyone that you roll better than them. So you got a 34, Eric got a 61, peasant got a 93, and they got a 96 and a 71. So the 96 saw the peasant, saw Eric, and saw Orbal kill, while the other bandit that rolled a 71 saw Eric and saw you, but did not see the peasant.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's the sort of roll over and under thing.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's roll over if you're going against an opponent, and roll under if you're going against something inanimate, like a hidden door or like a lock. And Eric, what was your initiative?
5.
Oh, you've got a 5 right there.
Yeah.
The two bandits who I will add onto this map here. Actually, can I add? I've always wondered if I could do this. I don't think I can add them from a different page, and then I think they have to be on the same page. So I'll post the two that you saw here. Add turn. They saw you, and so they also roll this 1d4, and it's plus 1 for them. So 3 and 5. So the way this works is it gets to second 3, and on second 3 is when you're creeping forward through the woods, and you hear a cry of they're coming, and they start to they start to aim and to fire at the two of you. So or at whoever they see, that is. So the first one's going to take the time to aim. And he's got to also he's got an arrow ready, but he isn't knocked, so he does have a slight advantage, or you guys have a slight advantage over that, is that you had arrows ready and prepared. Him not quite so much, but it does save him some time because he has the arrow out. So you at second 5, Orbal, you guys are creeping forward, and you hear this cry raise up, and you hear what sounds like activity coming from the keep, and you look up and you see that from the window and the tower, you see the bandits are knocking arrows and taking aim down at what you assume is the three of you as you're moving through the woods. What would you like to do?
I fire before he.
All right. Would you like to aim, or would you like to just snapshot?
Snapshot, because
all right. So that'll give you a -6 to hit, just because you're firing without aiming. And then you're at the edge of this clearing, and so you're about 100 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So with a longbow, that will be at a -4. So your net will be -10, and then you have whatever bonus it is to hit. Just mechanically, just making sure that's what you want to go for.
So, okay, how do
I
I
mean, I'm
add
not saying it's a bad option. I'm just letting you know what the total penalties would be from engaging at this range.
It's totally a bad option.
Yeah, but if we step out on the clearing, we're gonna get murdered. So yeah, I'm gonna aim. I'm okay. I guess I'll aim to reduce some of the
Okay,
penalties.
so
But I'll stay in cover. I'm in the tree
so that'll
line.
delay
Right on
you.
the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll delay you 4 seconds.
That's if he aims, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's aiming. Yep.
Will that
And
negate
so
the -6?
that would negate the -6, but it wouldn't negate the range, which is the 100 feet. And that would always give him that -4.
Yeah, but I can live with a -4, but not the -10.
Yeah.
And you have a short bow, I believe, Eric.
Yeah.
Right. So you would be at about the you'd also be in that -4 range. It looks like you're a little bit closer to I mean you're a little bit closer, but you've got a short bow as well. So would you like to take the time to aim, or are you going to quick shot or snapshot?
I will take the time to aim.
Okay. So you're delaying your 4 seconds as well.
Oh wow.
And we're gonna ride up to Jim Bob at second 8. What would you like? What would Jim Bob like to do?
I like to
All right.
remind everybody that we're about to run out of time.
Oh shit, Jim Bob's
Yeah. Jim Bob's gonna charge. They've been spotted. Lady said we
right.
gotta rescue the kids. I'm going in.
Go, Jim Bob.
Jim Bob does have a bow. He's one of those equipped with a bow.
Oh well, I'm gonna fire the bow then. I'll take a snapshot.
Oh, you're gonna just take a snapshot?
Yeah, I mean as long as I got it in my hands. Then I'll
All right,
charge.
so Jim Bob, let's go with an arrow, and let's see. This will be the last shot that'll take us out of today's session. It's going to be a 1d20
Well, goodbye, everybody.
plus. Well, you're at that -10 range, but he actually has a +1 to hit, so you have a net 1d20 -9 against a
Let's
1d12.
do this. I believe.
I'm gonna die.
I got a 5.
He also got a 5, but defenders win ties. And since we're at such a large scale, I'm not going to worry too much about missing. So Jim Bob fires off into the air and misses. but he starts off the combat. So will the party be able to will take the castle in time to save the village's children? Will sneaking up the well work? You'll have to tune in next week. For this week, for experience, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 or 4, 6 of you. R.I.P. Whirlin. Everyone gets 27 experience points.
Yay.
Wait, that's just enough experience to level Whirling up, and then he comes back to life.
Without a
He
head.
realizes he has no eyes and his head is detached. He's been reborn as a lich.
You level up at 100.
We're already used to
Right.
rolling the halfling
400.
around.
It's a
Just roll the head
miracle.
around too.
So, thank you everyone for being here. I'm glad to have everyone finally here. That way I could kill off one of the party members and slowly cut away. Will Karamikos also have to take the mute talent or the mute quirk? We'll see coming up probably on Wednesday or next Sunday if he can get headset. Coming up at 2, we've got the game that comes at 2. That's correct.
Iron
Right?
Claw.
Iron Claw. I remember
Yeah.
that. Have fun. Stick around if you want to watch that. It's a great game. I'll see everyone else when I see you next. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. Sorry for murdering you.